Good afternoon, Trailblazer fans. Welcome once again inside the Amsler Campus Center Gymnasium. I'm your host, Assistant Athletic Director Jeff Polari, here for this week's Student Athlete Profile with men's basketball player Joe Murray. Joe, thanks for being with us here today.
No problem.
Joe, let's talk a little bit about the start to the 2016 Trailblazer men's basketball schedule. It's been a really tough stretch of games, some regionally ranked, some nationally ranked opponents. Talk about the season to date and how things are going.
Things are starting off a little tough, but like you said, the schedule's been really tough. Playing a lot of tough teams, a lot of big teams, and we're a pretty undersized team, pretty undermanned team, so it's been starting off a little rough in that aspect.
You know, one of the things that has been a big challenge, you just mentioned it, the size differential, and that puts a lot of pressure on yourself as a rebounder, so to speak. What have you been doing personally to take ownership of that role and trying to be a leader on this team?
I've just been trying to grind down low. I mean, we're all undersized, even me. I'm the biggest kid on the team, but I'm still undersized compared to a lot of the competition, so I'm just trying to work very hard to get rebounds because I know it's on me. A large part of it's on me to get rebounds.
Interesting part of your story, you came to MCLA as a baseball recruit from Coach Gladue, and Coach Shell has transformed you into certainly our top post player to date. What's been the biggest adjustment you've had to make in order to be successful as a post player?
Just mentally. I know I've been in basketball all my life. I know it's a grind. It's a physical game. Your body gets hurt. So I just know mentally that was the biggest change I had to make, is to prepare myself to play.
And again, this isn't anything new. The collegiate basketball scene, you transferred in from Columbia Green Community College, playing basketball and baseball for Columbia. What's the transition been like in that regard, transferring from a 2-year to a 4-year?
It was a little tough at first, just getting away from home, getting used to being here. But just like anything else, you settle in, it becomes a routine, you just keep working.
Yeah. And talk about one of the unique things about MCLA is the ability to be a dual sport athlete. You're going to be a member of the baseball program. What are some of the challenges to being a dual sport athlete?
The biggest challenge, I would say, is probably time, just budgeting time, because at the end of the day, you're a student, so you got to pass classes first. But with 2 sports, I'm always practicing, I'm always lifting, so just budgeting your time is the hardest thing.
And what's the most rewarding part of being a dual sport athlete?
The most rewarding part is probably all the work I put in to better myself at the end of the season or at the end of the day. I like to step back and just see how much I've progressed as a player or as a person. Just seeing what I get out of it is the most rewarding thing.
And you know, basketball season still got a long way to go. What are your personal goals as a player throughout the rest of the season?
Well, I've assumed a leadership role on the team, so I think my personal goal would be to keep getting the team to grow close together and just playing prideful basketball as the year goes on.
And looking ahead to the baseball season this spring, what are you hoping to accomplish as a baseball player? Because one of the challenges, I'm sure, will be you won't be able to join that program until basketball wraps up, so somewhere in the vicinity of March 1st.
Yeah, I'm just really looking forward to getting on the mound and putting some quality innings in for Coach Gladue, because he's worked so hard for me, and I just want to work just as hard for him, just to give him good innings.
And it's obvious, again, in the short time that you've been on campus, you have developed into a leader, as we've already alluded to, transferred in from Columbia Green Community College. What would you tell a prospective transfer at this point in regards to MCLA, whether it's a one-sport athlete, a dual-sport athlete, a 2-year transfer?
I just think there's a lot of opportunity here. You know, it's a smaller campus, so you can come in and walk on, and the coaches are willing to work with you no matter who you are. If you could play, you could play, you know. And off of sports, even the college itself, the faculty, everybody's willing to help here. So it's really for you to succeed, I think, is a great thing the campus offers.
And one bonus question before we wrap things up here. We got a tournament upcoming this weekend, the Tri-State Tournament. MCLA will challenge RPI. We've also got Southern Vermont and Fisher. What's the mindset of the program, just being able to host a tournament at this point in the season? What's the mindset like?
I think we've had a tough start, so maybe this tournament hosting is like, it's a pretty honorable thing, so hopefully we can bring some energy and pick up a couple wins and see if that turns our season around.
Awesome. Well, Joe, I wish you the best of luck Friday night, 6 p.m. against RPI, consolation championship rounds on Saturday. And Trailblazer fans, for everything MCLA Athletics, please log on to our social media sites, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you, Joe Murray, for joining us today. I'm your host, Jeff Polari. Thanks and have a great afternoon.